Hey guys, Clint here again. Talking about stuff, cop stuff, usually. Sometimes other things. How you doing tonight? It is the night, it's not morning. My parents said the other day, do you really have to drink in the morning? I'm like, it wasn't morning. I'm not drinking in the morning. Just having a beer. That's all I'm doing. I want to talk to you about something. Well, I want to talk to you about the difference between if you're an applicant. Okay, this is not a thing for just applicants. I also want people who aren't applicants to hear this. If you're an applicant and you're like how I was 25 years ago, I was like, what do I want to become? Do I want to become an RCMP member or do I want to become a city cop? Which one do I choose? I'm going to tell you some of the differences that were important to me that might be important to you. First, I want to warm up. I want to talk about my morning. I want to talk about my morning. I love mornings. I love waking up in the morning. I'm going to try that. I love waking up in the morning. There's nothing better than waking up in the morning and starting the day. I woke up this morning and there was no eggs. I wanted to make a breakfast for the kids and the family. There's no eggs. And I don't smoke, but there was no cigarettes for them. They were all out of cigarettes. They just took up this habit. I would never smoke. Okay? I don't smoke. Okay, how about this? If I smoked, I'd never admit to you that I smoked. So I went to the store and got a pack of smokes for my 10-year-old, 7-year-old, and carton of eggs. We're at the lake right now. Pack of smokes, carton of eggs, $24. I come back and, my kids enjoyed a pot of coffee and a pack of smoke, a few cigarettes. I didn't finish the pack, and they sucked on some hard-boiled eggs, and it was a good morning. It was a good morning. Then the wife starts, I'm sitting outside watching my kids smoking cigarettes, and I hear the neighbor yell out, "Get out of here! You get moving! Get out of here!" And I'm like, oh shit. Just felt weird without these, okay? I'm like, is my dog over there? We have a little dog, okay? His name's Friday. Is my dog over there? So I yell over, "Is Friday over there?" And I could hear him, You get out of here! And I'm like, holy fuck, what the fuck is my dog doing? I'm like, is my dog over there? "Yeah, Clint, he's over here sniffing the flowers." I told my wife this, and she says to me, "Did you apologize?" I said, "No. I'm not going to apologize for my dog sniffing flowers, okay?" People are so uptight right now. I just can't believe it. Like, what the fuck? How can you be upset? I think it's a beautiful thing, a dog sniffing flowers. Why would you get upset at that? These are crazy times right now. It seems to me that people are really uptight and pretty intense. And the puppy, it's a puppy. He's not even a year old. Not even a year old, and he's like this big, okay? We're outside in the back of the lake thingy. And my dog takes off down the road, stops halfway, and he starts barking at a guy walking his dog. It's a German Shepherd. Yeah, it's a German Shepherd. It's a police dog. It's like a police dog times 2. This dog is huge. And so I run over. I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab my little dog. You come here Friday. And now the guy's mad. You could see he's visibly upset. And he kind of like does the, well, I should let my dog go and see what happens. I'm like, are you mad? You're mad at this? You should have him on a leash. I'm like, dude, he's just a little puppy, okay? He's not even a year. Doesn't matter. You put him on a leash. And I'm like, oh, you scared you? I shouldn't have done it, but I'm like, you scared you little puppy dubby? You said what you're scared of? A little puppy gonna come get you. He flips out. Starts yelling at me. Wants to fight me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fight him. He's huge, but that's not the point. I'm not gonna fight him because that'd be silly, right? And I'm like, man, do you actually want to fight? Yeah. Come here. Come on. It reminded me of that Chief Alan Adam video. Come on. Come on. I'm right here. And this guy starts saying, I'm right here. I'm over here. And I'm like, maybe later, not right now. You pussy. Like, seriously, I'm not even exaggerating. And he's my neighbor. Like a door and a half down. Because of my little puppy. Like, wow. I'm not even going to tell you the other things that happen on the dock. I met a Karen on the dock. There's some crazy, people are just, okay, let's just stop talking about that. Is that all I wanted to say about the morning? That was my morning. No, okay, well, that last part wasn't my morning, but let's talk about the difference between RCMP and police. City police in particular, they're basically all the same, aren't they? City police? You work for the city? Let's use Vancouver as some sort of example. How about that? Come on. Ruffle some papers here. Okay, let's talk about point number 1. Comes to the RCMP. City police. You become a city police, you can't move. That is a big deal. RCMP, you can move. Sometimes you can stay. Sometimes you can move. Or sometimes you have to move. They force you out. Let's say you really wanted to leave the RCMP. You could basically move, okay? Long story short, you could basically move. You can do anything you want. You become a city cop, you can't move. And that kind of sucks. Because sometimes you work with a big dick, or sometimes your boss is a big dick, right? How do you get rid of that? How do you get away from that big dick, right? You can't get away with that big dick. You have to wait for that big dick to retire. And that could be a lot of years down the road. If you work for the RCMP, you can move away from that big dick. I hated big dicks. I worked with a lot of them. Mostly, I worked with small dicks. That didn't sound right. I worked with a lot of dicks. And sometimes you're working, and it's just nice to think, maybe I'll work somewhere else. And you can make that happen in the RCMP. Kind of. You could I shouldn't tell this story. It's way too long. They don't always move you. When I was in Duncan, I was about 4 years in. Members there had over 10 years. They were senior constables. I learned from the best at the beginning of my career. And that's why I became good towards the end. Doesn't matter. I learned from the best in my career because of those members that had so much experience. Staffing came in. They kicked them all out. Anybody that had 8, 9, 10 years experience had to move away from the detachment. A lot of them had to move away from the island. They forced them out. Sometimes they go on this weird kick where they think in their head they got to do that. A lot of times it'd be 15, 20 years down the road and they won't do anything. It'd be a big, long stretch. Work with members that had 15 years at the same detachment. There's also sometimes where you can't move. You call up staff and you're like, hey, I'm a releasable, I want to go. And they're like, no, you can't go. We're going to keep you here for a while. Why? Well, a lot of times you can't move. When I worked in Mission, I wanted to move. I wanted to go to Port Alberni. That's what I wanted. Port Alberni is not a desirable place. According to them. I know it is. It's got a lake. It's got a canal. It's got fishing. Probably the best lake in the entire, all of Canada at least. It's a great place. But when you look at Maclean's magazine, it's like ranked number one, like shithole everything, and that's not a place to be. But so I know. Okay, my point is, I know members who are in recruiting are in depot, do not want to come to Port Alberni, and if they do, they'll see how great it is. So I call up staffing. I want to go to Port Alberni. They say no. Port Alberni's desirable, Clint. I'm like, fuck. Nobody thinks that. I think it. I'm the only one in the police force. But nobody's thinking. He's lying to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, what do I do? It's I forget the year. But my baby's born. And I take pat leave. I took pat leave. My staff sergeant was really mad at me. Like, what am I going to do now? You're going to just take off now and have a baby for 9 months? Because you get paid if you take pat leave. And he was really upset with me. Anyways, that's another story for another day. So I take pat leave. And I'm like, how do I get to Port Alberni? Long story short, I moved myself to Port Alberni. Okay, I rent out my house in Abbotsford. I got a 40-foot motorhome. I call up staffing. I buy a house in Port Alberni. And I said, hey, I got, I shouldn't be talking about this. I call up staffing. I say, I no longer live in Mission. I now live in Port Alberni. So if you move me to Port Alberni, it's not going to cost you 30, 40, 50 grand. I'm going to pay for all that because I'm a no-cost transfer now. And staffing was really mad at me. Well, we don't encourage that. And I said, I'm not asking for your encouragement. This is a fact. He was really mad at me. It was because I didn't break a rule or anything. I just tied their hands, saying that if you need a cop in Port Alberni, I got to be the next guy, because it's not going to cost the RCMP taxpayers anything. It's not going to cost you 40 grand to move me. I did it. I moved myself. So for a year, I parked my 40-foot motorhome at the Speedway in Mission and lived out of it for a year. And it broke us to death. Why am I telling this story? Anyways, it broke us to death. And it was about 13 months in of doing this. I'd catch the ferry, okay, back and forth. And finally I said to the wife, I can't do it anymore. And that very moment, like we're gonna retake our home back in Abbotsford. But at that very minute, they said, okay, you can go to Port Alberni. Cost us everything we had, but we did it. My point is, sometimes it's hard to move to where you want when you're with the RCMP. What also sucks is you could be at depot and you find out where you're going to get. They told me Duncan. I wanted the island, Vancouver Island. I was extremely happy. One of my best friends in depot at the time, what did he get? Prince Rupert. And he takes me outside. Clint, can I talk to you for a second? And he starts crying about Prince Rupert. How he's got to go to Prince Rupert, and he's upset because he thinks his girlfriend's going to leave him. I'm like, dude, that's never going to happen, man. She left him, of course. And he goes to Prince Rupert. So you can go anywhere in Canada, technically. Most likely if you're from BC, you're going to come back to BC. But most likely that's what's going to happen. But you technically can go anywhere in Canada. If I wanted to work in Victoria, well, I would apply at Victoria Police Department, right? You want to work in Vancouver, Abbotsford, that's what you're going to do. That's where you're going to work. I like the option of being able to move. Things get shitty. You don't want to see shitty the shitty assholes anymore, so you get to move. So you move. You become a city cop, Vancouver cop, you're not moving. Could you imagine getting hired at, say you go to you have to go to this place and you have to spend your entire career, right? Because that's what it is. So you go to North Vancouver. Could you imagine having to fucking work at North Vancouver for the rest of your life? How can you afford that, right? So I like the option of being able to, Port Hardy. Well, you're going to Port Hardy, Clint. You got to raise your kids there until you die. I'm not putting down Port Hardy, but it's not exactly a lot. Or Gibsons? How about Gibsons? You're at Gibsons, and it takes 2 ferries to get back to Vancouver Island? Could you imagine? Point is, it's nice to have the option. That was point 1. Number 2, short and easy. RCMP has a lot of sections. You can move around fairly easy if you put your mind to it and you know how to write a good resume. You can move around, you get out of GD, you go into community policing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're with one organization, like a city police station, kind of tough to move around. RCMP can move around anywhere. You could go to Surrey. You can go to Langley and become a community police officer, anything you want. You can go to Chilliwack. It's endless, and do something different. You work in Abbotsford, you're competing with all the same people to get the same job. I'm going to stop numbering things because that's just looks silly. I hate it when people do that. Number 1, number 2. Next thing. How about that? What is the next thing? Oh, yeah. Pair test. RCMP do the pair test. Vancouver does the pull pat. Fuck, I'm going to get in shit for this. It is harder to pass their physical test, the city police. They got a obstacle course like the pair test, but you have to jump over a 6-foot mat. Right? 6 feet?
6-foot mat.
6 foot. Yeah. Yeah, no, 6 foot. It's a mat that is how many foot?
6 foot.
That's right. She finally got it right. That's the pull pat, okay? Even though she was talking about the pair test, that's the pull pat, 6-foot mat. And according to the RCMP commissioner, the 6-foot mat is racist. No word of a lie. She thinks it's racist to have a 6-foot mat. Even though my 10-year-old can jump over the 6-foot mat, she says that people that are 6 feet can only jump over a 6-foot mat. Basically. You could only jump however high you are. That's the distance that you could jump. You also have to do a shuttle run. Okay. This brings me to my next point. I don't know if I should say it. Another big difference between the RCMP and police. The city police. They're better looking. City police are better looking. Okay? So if you're into that, they have to be. I mean, fuck. Doing all that physical shit at the beginning. You got to get 415 on the pull pat. The pair test. Sometimes I think that the RCMP would take anybody. Now, how desperate must they be? They haven't had a raise in I don't know how long. They used to be top 3. You know what they are now? I looked not too long ago. 125. There's only like 135 police outfits in Canada, I think. But 125. You're making 30 grand more in Vancouver. Take a little, whatever. I might be off just a bit, but 30 grand more. It's a difference between owning a Datsun and a Tesla. 30 grand more. And that's just Vancouver. And I don't even know what they're on the list. They're like probably 20 or something. RCMP there used to be a thing when I first started, top 3. That's what's so great about working for the RCMP. They were always going to be the top 3. Now they're 125. How are they going to get cops? How are people going to, like, that seems like a pretty big deal to me. A kid sitting around, what do I want to do? Me, when I was sitting around, I just wanted to become a cop. I didn't care who I worked for. Harder to become a city cop, I think, but could you imagine now? Oh, 30 grand less? Why would you? Depot's shut down right now. I don't even, like, they need cops so bad. The RCMP need cops so bad. And you can't live in North Vancouver being a cop. You can't. It's, they're not even keeping up to the cost of milk. Anyways, my point is, they're better looking. And maybe guys and girls, okay? So I'm not just talking about girls. But they're way better looking. Hope my wife is not listening to this. I think part of the reason is, I'll take my troop, for example. I had 9 girls in there, I think. When we got there, they all cut their hair off. I'm just saying a fact, okay? They got boy haircuts. I don't think the city police are doing that. They're not cutting their hair. The city girls are not cutting their hair. Anyways. Just a fact. Don't get upset with me over a fact. Gonna be hard for RCMP to recruit people. When the boss came out and said, every cop is racist in the RCMP. Systemic. We got a systemic issue here. You're gonna make $30,000 less. We're all racist. But come on over. Come on over. Even the Trudeau says, yes, we're all racist. Come on over. No, come on over. Come on. It's fun. It's fun over here. You're going to love me. Overworked. Can't get holidays. I don't know. Just some things that need to change. Isn't it interesting? The Vancouver police chief came out and said, no, there is no systemic racism in my department. And I'm offended that anybody would even suggest that they're systemic. That's offensive to me. That's what he said. Wouldn't it be amazing if the commissioner actually told the truth? Like, told the truth. Why not tell the truth? You know you're lying. You know you are. I don't even know how you sleep. Another difference, the uniforms. City police have better uniforms. Absolutely. Hands down. RCMP have a yellow stripe up their pant leg. Can you believe there's still a yellow stripe? Still a yellow stripe. Up both legs. In this day and age, we have reflectors. They have reflectors off their pants. I know it's tradition. I'm going to tell this story. I'm in Langley. We take a position. There's about 16 cops that take positions. We're containing an area with two people that have guns. Okay, they're walking around. They got guns. Sorry about that. So I show up to my area. I'm like, fuck, where am I going to take cover? Because you want to take cover, right? So I find this tree, this thin tree, and I take cover, and I got my gun out. Got it out, and I'm just waiting for I'm hoping the bad guys don't show up. And I look down, and my legs are like flickering in the moonlight. My yellow stripes down each side, and I can't hide them. I can't hide the stripe. So there's a difference, the uniforms. Might be small to you, but I like city police uniforms. I even got a call that night. I swear to God. I got the gun out, and my phone kept on vibrating. I kept on shutting it off. It was in my pocket. Kept on shutting it off. Finally, I got angry, and I answered it like an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, hi. And it's the wife, right? Girlfriend at the time. Did you take the phone cord to work? I'm like, I'm kind of busy right now. Just, did you take the phone cord to work? I said, no, I didn't. Check the bathroom. It's in the bathroom. I already checked the bathroom. It's not in the bathroom. I want you to come home right now and bring the phone cord back. Anyways, I could go on forever. How many foots?
6 foot.
I'm even getting confused if it's 5 or 6 in the pair test. Poor lady. Sorry, guys, my battery's died. Last thing, the difference between the RCMP, and I feel kind of bad. I didn't realize I'd be talking about, it seems like I'm talking about all the great things it is to be a city police officer, but I've never been one. The next thing, and I kind of respect what the city police do here. You need 30 credits, a post-secondary education to become a... If you want the easier route, you become an RCMP officer. You just need grade 12 and valid driver's license, class 5. But you need 30 credits of post-secondary education to become a Vancouver police officer. That might be a little bit overboard, but I don't know. Think about the people who are applying, right? Think about the quality that they're getting. I do recommend, even if you become an RCMP member, to take some post-secondary education, but English, okay? English. Learn how to write an essay, learn how to write a story, because that's all you're going to do is write stories. You arrest somebody and you have to write a story. You have to know where the comma goes. Well, you should. Know where the comma goes. You got to learn how to type well. That will save you so much time. Learn punctuation. Learn how to write a good sentence, not a fragment. Learn how to write a good sentence. For now, I guess that's the only differences that I'm going to talk about. I'm sure there's a lot more. For now, that's... I remember asking Julie at depot training. She was in my troop, Julie. I'm like, oh, you got your hair cut. Like, they get their hair cut while they're there. And she's like, it's just so much easier to deal with. Like, okay. But, it's quite a drastic change. Why do I feel racist talking about that? Just the truth. Nobody, and I tell this to my wife, no girl should ever cut their hair, okay? No, but no girl looks good with short hair. I'm sorry. Like really boyish short hair. And April, I remember April, bucked her hair. Bucked it right off. And I'm like, oh, what made you cut all your hair off? And she's like, our drill sergeant? She recommended that I do that. She told me that I should do that. I'm like, April, she's lesbian. Okay? Of course she did. She loves short hair. Even though she had long hair. So that doesn't make too much sense. Anyways. Don't cut your hair if you go to depot. And stop calling it depot. It's depot. It's not Home Depot. It's depot, okay? I think that's it. Lesbian part probably threw you off. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for now. Come on. I'm going to fight you. You didn't put your dog on a leash. Come on. I think that's it. What else can I talk about? I could talk forever, but you don't want to do that, I'm going to go outside tonight and we're going to have a barbecue and maybe some fish. It's probably going to be spaghetti, but hopefully fish. See if my neighbor's out and about looking for me. Where you at? Come on. What the fuck, dude? It's just a little puppy. You're mad over that it's not on a leash? Yeah, you pussy. What the? So hopefully it's a good night. And I live for another day. It's getting scary out here. It is getting scary out here. Thanks for watching. You know what? Subscribe. That'd be great. And Have a great night. Yes. Bye-bye. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible.